How much, if at all, do you look at last year's film when you start evaluating your guys and thinking about who's going to fit where in your new system?
I've watched about every game from last year just to see who's going to be coming back and see where our strengths and where our weaknesses are. So right when I first got hired here, that's about what I did, is try to watch everything I could think of. And I looked to see what was the problem areas, and not from a schematic standpoint, just from a fundamentals and what do we need to get better at. So I looked at quite a bit, I would say.
Ever since Coach Dykes got hired, he's talked about how he wants his team to be bigger and stronger. And it's easy to look at that in terms of the offensive line and defensive line when you got 300-pound guys. Does that carry all the way through the defense for you? Do you want linebackers and DBs to be bigger as well?
Yeah, I think the game is getting longer. We want some longer guys. We're working on getting that. But strength is, big people beat up little people. And if we can have some bigger dudes out there that are still able to run and play in space, that's what we're going to try to get. But we're going to play with what we got and make the best of it.
Your defensive line coach, Brett Dearson, followed you down here from Northern Illinois. But other than that, all the assistant coaches are new in terms of working with you. How is the teaching process different when you're teaching coaches versus teaching players?
Well, I came in here with an open mind, wanting to learn what they came from, and try to incorporate some stuff that they did at others. They came from some good places as well. But I think just trying to, the first thing that we did was get on the same page as terminology, so we can all speak the same language. And then trying to incorporate what we've done in the past to what we're going to do here. And, you got to spend a little extra time, and we'll meet together as groups to start off with, and then kind of move on. But I think it's gone very smooth thus far. And after the first practice here, we'll see how it looks, and then we'll just continue to get better as a staff. This is just as much a learning experience for the staff right now as it is for the players and coaches.
One of your assistants obviously is very familiar to everybody watching this, Randall Joyner, who played here. And I know you've only been working with him very, very briefly since you got here. But what are your early impressions of him as a coach? What do you like about him?
He's a very sharp young man, and he's going to have a bright future. He's energetic, he's smart, he's a really good recruiter, he's passionate. I mean, he has a way to connect with players. And I think he's got a bright future ahead of him. I'm excited to be working with him.
When you and Coach Dykes hired him, can you share anything that you learned from Urban Meyer or Greg Schiano or Larry Johnson up at Ohio State when they told you about Randall?
Yeah, just talking about he's a future star, and he had a lot of people that I know that have worked with him in the past, and I've worked with him in the past or played for in the past that have reached out on his behalf, and it spoke volumes of the kid. So he's a great individual. Like I said, he's got a bright future ahead of him.
You're coaching defense in an era of spread offenses where they throw the ball all over the place and yards and points seem to pile up. But when you look at improving the unit that you're taking over, what's your primary focus? Is it acquisition of talent? Is it technique? Is it scheme changes? What's the biggest thing to?
It's never X's and O's. It's all your Jimmies and Joes. So you got to find out what they can do, and you got to apply to the best of your ability what they can do. And I think the biggest thing that we can teach is pursuit and effort to the football, and that will make up for a lot of mistakes if we could get 11 guys flying to the football. And if we can get that accomplished, no matter what, we're going to have a chance at that.
This defense lost 5 senior defensive linemen from last year. Is that your biggest area of concern going in, or is it really too early to even tell?
It's too early right now to tell, I think. I think we're working hard to fill some holes, obviously, and we've got some guys that are banged up. But I think we're gonna do what we have to do, and we're gonna play the best guys. And if we got to find out what scheme that is, we're gonna find it out this spring and move forward with it.
When you have a guy like Jordan Wyatt who's out for all of spring, how much does that cost him in terms of learning your system and picking it up? Obviously, he's in meetings, but
he's a leader, and you just gotta go cover somebody. He'll be fine. But I'm excited about what he can be because he's a leader on this team. And when he speaks, people listen, and he's got to be that guy. Sit down with him one-on-one, talking about what he needs to be able to do to help his team out in the role that he's in right now. And he's embraced it. He's doing a really good job with it.
All right, to the casual observer, what's going to be the most visible early difference in a Kevin Kane-coached defense?
Hopefully, you see some crazy animals running to the football. I mean, that's the biggest thing, that I kind of pride up myself and hang our hat on is when you turn the film on, you want to see 11 fanatics running to the football. And like I said, it can make up for a lot of mistakes if you got 11 guys playing super hard and all having fun playing. That's the biggest thing.